Imagine a world where your favorite superheroes turn into ravenous zombies, chowing down on their allies in a blood-soaked frenzy. Now, picture that nightmare coming to life in an animated series on Disney+. That's the thrillingly terrifying premise of MarvelZombies, and fans who've been eagerly awaiting its arrival are finally getting their fix. But here's where it gets controversial. This series doesn't just deliver scares. It dives deep into Marvel's darkest comic book lore, paying tribute to a bizarre and twisted moment involving the Fantastic Four that might just make you question the genius of one of Marvel's founding heroes. Stick around, because we're about to unpack how this homage unfolds. And trust me, it's a wild ride that even newcomers to the Marvel Universe can follow along with ease. For those just dipping their toes into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, MarvelZombies is an animated miniseries that's all about horror with a superhero twist. Unlike the lighter scares in something like Werewolf by Night, which added a dash of spooky fun to the MCU, this show fully commits to the genre's gruesome side. Heroes get gruesomely dispatched and devoured by the undead, with plenty of gore to keep things delightfully disturbing. It's a treat for horror fans, but it also nods to some of the most messed up stories from Marvel Comics history. And one of those nods ties directly back to the Fantastic Four. Let's set the scene in Episode 2. Shang-Chi, played by the charismatic Simu Liu, and his team are cruising through a desolate desert, herding cattle and blasting journey tunes for a carefree road trip vibe. It's a fun, lighthearted moment until motorcycle-riding Skrulls crash the party, eyeing those cows for a heist. The ensuing action feels like a nod to George Miller's Mad Max films, with their high-octane chases and post-apocalyptic chaos. But for comic book aficionados, it's also a clear wink to the Skull Kill Krew, a notorious gang of shape-shifting aliens who roam on bikes, causing trouble wherever they go. These aren't major players in Marvel's vast universe, but their backstory is tied to a dark chapter involving the Fantastic Four, and MarvelZombies cleverly weaves it in. To help beginners grasp this, let's break down the Skrulls for a second. They're extraterrestrial beings from Marvel Comics, introduced way back in 1961 by creators Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in Fantastic Four #2. These shapeshifters invaded Earth with dreams of conquering it by defeating the Fantastic Four. But Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, outsmarts them in a clever, or is it reckless, move. He erases their memories and transforms them into ordinary cows. Sounds like a victory, right? Well, not so fast. Years later, those cows end up as hamburger meat, consumed by humans who unknowingly absorb Skrull DNA. Some of these people then mutate into shapeshifters themselves, banding together to form the motorcycle-riding Skull Kill Krew, wreaking havoc across the comics. And this is the part most people miss. The inclusion of cattle and bike-bound Skrulls in MarvelZombies Episode 2 is a direct callback to this storyline, adding a layer of meta-humor and horror. It's entertaining to spot, especially since it subtly critiques Reed's plan as short-sighted. After all, turning invaders into livestock only to have them end up on dinner plates? That's a plot twist that makes Mr. Fantastic look a bit foolish, like he didn't think through the long-term consequences. Is this a brilliant commentary on unintended fallout in superhero stories? Or just a silly oversight that undermines a hero's intellect? It's the kind of detail that sparks debate among fans. In the episode, Shang-Chi and his group handle the Skrulls with swift action, but comic fans will love the cameo from the Kill Krew. It shows that series creators Brian Andrews and Zed Wells are true Marvel historians, peppering the show with Easter eggs that enrich the experience. The first season of MarvelZombies is streaming now on Disney+, ready to hook you with its blend of zombie apocalypse and comic book nostalgia. What do you think? Does Reed Richards deserve a pass for his cow-converting scheme, or is it a glaring flaw in his genius? And how does this homage change your view of the Fantastic Four's early adventures? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear if you agree, disagree, or have your own wild interpretations.